Hey sales and marketing professionals, I'm Donnie with Protocol 80. One of the most common questions we get is, how exactly does a lead get generated with inbound marketing? Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through that step by step. So in this example, let's pretend that we've got an engineer that's been tasked with designing a new product for their company. They're going to go through their typical buying process, probably starting with a bunch of research and hopefully ending up buying from our example company. Okay, so in this example, I am an engineer that has just been tasked with designing a new product or a new part for my company. And this product or part is going to be used outside, so I know I've got some environmental variables I need to take into consideration. So if you put yourself in their shoes as an engineer, they probably have some questions they need answered early on. They're not ready to pick up the phone and call a vendor and make a buying decision right away, or they're not interested in talking about purchasing something. They're just researching, much like you do when you buy a car. You hop online, you do some research ahead of time, but that's so you don't show up on the car lot with 100 questions, all relying on the salesperson to answer. So the engineer, I need to find some resources around the materials maybe that I need to use in this new product that's going to be used outside. So as just about any researcher these days would do, I'm going to hop on Google and I'm going to do a quick search for the best metals for exterior. Let's give that a shot. Okay, so here I am. I see that the Google search results appear to have plenty of stuff for me to read, and as a typical searcher, I'm going to go ahead and click on this very first result here. And so at this point, with the inbound marketing methodology, we have essentially taken step one, and we've been pulled in or attracted through the inbound marketing methodology to this company's website, Dahlstrom Rollform, because they have some content that ranks when I am searching for questions around, the best metals for exterior applications. And so here, hopefully this is great content that's going to help me determine, okay, do I need galvanized steel, aluminum, copper, brass, bronze, or stainless steel, right? So we've now completed kind of step one, the attract phase of the inbound marketing methodology. And it's really important to note, at this stage, we've made no connection to the fact that this is a vendor, Dahlstrom Rollform. I didn't land here and immediately click on the RFQ option or contact us or start looking at their services. I'm still researching. I'm not even thinking about buying at this point. I'm simply trying to solve the problem. What metal should I use? So once we've been attracted to the website and we read the content, we think it's helpful, we reach the bottom of this blog post by Dahlstrom Rollform, and we're presented with a graphic here that is a content offer, and this graphic is called a CTA, Call to Action. So what we're being guided to do here, this call to action is meant to guide this reader to take the next step in the inbound marketing methodology, which would be convert, so convert into a lead. And so I'm going to go ahead and read this, Pocket Guide to Architectural Metals and Finishes. Which metal is right for you? Well, I was just reading about different types of metals for exterior use. I am an engineer. This seems like it would be a valuable resource to me, so I'm going to go ahead and click on download. At this point, the call to action has delivered me to a landing page. And the landing page has two purposes. First and foremost, it's to I'm using air quotes here, sell you on this content. So it is meant to promote the piece of content that was shown in the call to action, in this case, the Architectural Metals and Finishing Guide, right? So this is telling me why this is going to be valuable to me as an engineer. And then the secondary purpose for the landing page, or it's not secondary, but the second step in any landing page, is asking for contact information in exchange for this guide. And so you can see here I filled this form out before, so my information is auto-populated. They're asking or requiring first name, last name, and email address, and I'm optionally providing my company name here. And so this landing page does not have navigation. You'll notice there's no other navigation bar at the top here. The only ways out of this page are to hit your back button, click on the logo to go to the home page, or submit the form, because really once a website visitor gets this far down the inbound marketing process, we want them to convert into a lead. So this is the point, by clicking this button, where my contact information enters their database and I become a lead for them. And so sticking with our example of the engineer that's doing research, I'm going to go ahead and click on the Get Your Pocket Guide button. So now I have converted into a lead for Dahlstrom Rollform. I provided my contact information, it entered their database, and now they're delivering me the architectural metals and finishes, the pocket guide to this. They're delivering it as promised. So I can see here, I can access my guide by clicking this link. It's going to open a PDF in a new window that is the guide that I requested. It's got genuine educational information in here, not a sales pitch, but genuine educational content. And if we take a look back at this thank you page, the thank you page also sets the visitor up for their next steps. So they're calling out, what's next here? Well, you can determine the best ways to use your chosen metal, and in this case, take a look at some of the other offerings that they have. A lot of landing pages will maybe promote a content offer that will help you decide between, maybe in this case, aluminum versus stainless steel. So just kind of narrowing down your options into what we would consider the consideration stage of the buyer's journey. And so the thank you page is all about delivering the offer that the visitor requested. And then also at the same time, they again have my contact information. I've just become a lead for them. This page will also trigger a thank you email that is being sent. And so if I click on the thank you email, you'll see that I've got a nice note from the president of Dahlstrom Rollform saying, hey, thanks for downloading our pocket guide. Here's a link. If you ever lose it, you can always come back to this and download your guide. And also, here's some further educational content. And so at this point, this email is starting the lead nurturing process. It's delivering the offer again and also continuing to try and add value through education. And so you're not on their competitor's website learning about the best metals for exterior applications or steel windows that'll make you rethink your next design, whatever the offers happen to be. They're trying to maintain a connection with you, continue to build rapport, and it might not even be until this point of the process, the inbound marketing methodology, especially in the early stage as a buyer, that you even recognize that you're working with a brand. So the Dahlstrom Rollform name is going to start to ring a bell with you, right? They're building rapport, they're providing sincere, genuine education. They're not picking up the phone cold calling you, right? They're helping you with your problem, which is a huge shift from kind of traditional marketing and sales, but it is obviously today's buyer's much preferred way of doing things. So you can see that Dahlstrom Rollform really thought about their buyer and how they go through their research process. They were there when the engineer was searching for the best metals that they could use for exterior use. Now, is this engineer ready to pick up the phone and buy a part from Dahlstrom or have them do some roll forming for them? No, absolutely not. They're still in the early stage of their buying process. They probably have 10 or 11 other questions that they still need to answer, and they'll hit Google and they'll do some more searches. And if Dahlstrom has done their job right, they're creating content that answers the rest of those questions as well. And so if they're there in search or in social or wherever this engineer happens to be looking to solve their problem, obviously that engineer is making a great connection with Dahlstrom Rollform and much more likely to reach out to them when they're ready to maybe buy a part for this, buy a component or a piece of, a metal part for this product that they've been tasked with designing. And so you can see the inbound marketing methodology from attracting them, converting them into leads, nurturing them along through probably additional follow-up emails, maybe 3, 5, 7 days later after getting this initial email, and just staying in front of them. They're able to build rapport, create a connection, and ultimately hit the last couple stages of the inbound marketing methodology, closing them into a sale, and then adding value after the sale through content and really delivering on what they hired you to do and producing delight for them.
So hopefully this example helped you to kind of understand what happens in the inbound marketing methodology and how we take just a normal online researcher and turn them into a lead that your sales folks can either follow up with or you can nurture along until they're at a point where it makes a lot of sense to reach out to them from a sales standpoint. So keep checking back. We'll have more videos every week. Subscribe below. Thanks.